Welcome back. You know, when our kids are playing sports, we all want them to perform well and win, but sometimes, you know, it's difficult to teach them those lessons and not get into the whole coach mode. But joining me this morning to talk about coaching childhood is Dr. Michael Miletic. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about, you know, coaching your children, but not getting into that coach mode and making sure that you stay parents.
I really believe in coaching parenthood and coaching kids how to be children. Leave the coaching, the instructing, the critiquing to the coaches, to the other people around the sport, but really nurture and make sure that your kids' sport is there for their fun.
How can you do that? How can parents go about that? Because I know it's so difficult to sometimes sit on the sidelines when you're watching your children engage in different sporting activities and, you know, not want to get vocal.
Well, most parents get very emotional, and they do that for very good reasons. But one trick to use is imagine the kids in the classroom. You wouldn't sit beside them while they're trying to do a math problem and start cheering and praising them.
That's true.
Kids intrinsically know that if they're being praised, they're being jinxed. Why? That makes them feel anxious. It puts pressure on them to perform. They get uptight, and they actually end up having less fun if somebody's in their ear.
Well, they also probably, you know, get angry and upset with their parents if they're yelling at them.
Ultimately, they're
Ultimately,
they're going to feel resentful, and they're going to feel like the sport isn't theirs; it's their parents.
Absolutely. Well, how can you reinforce the importance of commitment and effort?
Well, I think that's a major shift that parents can make that's very helpful to their kids. Nice job you were able to do that even though you weren't feeling well. Great job that you were able to keep pushing, that you had a really good practice, that you were really able to work your hardest when you were out there, even though we know that there was something that you were contending with.
So finding the positives.
Finding the positives in the effort and making sure that you praise the effort, not the performance.
Okay, and then how can you give them room to grow while also providing safety and limits?
Well, I feel like, again, back to the analogy of parents should stay on the sidelines, they also can create kind of a playground for kids. Safety and limits meaning let's not have people intrude on their play, including themselves. Let's make sure that the play is protected from outside influences like coaching or too much overscheduling or something else that may interfere with their play. So it's both a metaphor and something concrete.
Any other words of wisdom when it comes to making sure that you nurture your children's happiness when it comes to coaching as a parent?
Make sure you know where the child is at that moment. Where are they developmentally? Make sure that you meet them where they're at and sort of parent from the inside out, not according to your expectations of where they ought to be.
Wonderful. Well, Dr. Michael Miletic, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Is there anywhere that some of our viewers can go for more information if they're interested in finding out, you know, just any other advice on parenting and then coaching?
Sure. Well, I can be reached through my website, and it's integratedhealthsystems.net.
Okay.
And I'll be more than happy to take any inquiries.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful, wonderful advice. We're going to send it over to Alicia and Keenan now for today's Cool Clips.
All right, thank you so much. All right, on to Cool Clips. We're watching, you know, the U.S.